name's Alicia Power, and I'm a spiritual intuitive, and thanks for being with me today. I speak two-way clearly with the worlds of spirit, and I really enjoy supporting you with comments and strategies and input from the worlds of spirit and from my own spirit guidance. And today I'd love to talk about when times are really tough and when you need help and you really feel like reaching into the worlds of spirit for help. When you want to pray, but you'd love to pray to your own spirit helpers who are around you. And so prayer has a little bit more of a focus in that sense, where you really want to call in teams of spirit helpers and ask them for something specific that you need help with in this life. So the very first thing that I think is important in a situation like that is to somehow calm your energy down. And you can do that with deep breathing, slow, deep breathing. The reason you calm your energy down before you turn to your spirit helpers to ask for help is like a little bit like oil and water. It's like if you're in deep anxiousness and deep panic, that energy of deep panic can kind of, sometimes you're not connecting with the worlds of spirit or with your spirit helpers that easily because they're in a love energy and they would love to help you, but you're in a ball of pain, maybe in anxiousness or panic or something. And so a great idea is to just grab tools like lovely soft music, a meditation, calming down, breathing, some stretching. What you're doing is trying to switch your energy back to a little bit less intense as you were when something was causing you to panic. That's step one. It's kind of like quantum energy. You want the energies to match a little bit more. So that's step one. A couple of deep, long, slow breaths, calming yourself down. That changes a lot of things, by the way. It changes the way you're thinking. Not only does it change the way you're feeling as well, new sort of thoughts, lateral thoughts and ideas can come in as you relax. And so the next thing is to close your eyes and just feel inside of yourself, feel deep into your heart area. So what you're doing here is you're noticing your heart, because you could be very stressed about a situation and logically it's incredibly stressful. But if you closed your eyes and dropped down into your heart and felt your heart, how your heart feels, sometimes some emotion could come up because your heart and you could be feeling very disempowered, very helpless, and that brings up emotion. But what it also does is it's like a release valve. A little bit of steam and pressure gets lifted out, and you can become even more calmer after that. So dropping down into your heart, noticing how your heart feels. Another very important reason to do that is because in the next moment, you're going to ask for a spirit helper to connect with you, to come closer to you, to kind of draw closer to you. And you're going to be sensing their energy coming closer to you. Very subtle perception situation. And so you do want to kind of drop down out of that logic, out of your head, down into your heart. And you do want to be a little bit more softer and sensitive in that moment because you're about to ask for a spirit being to connect with you. And so in that moment, as you're still connecting to your heart, in fact, the very moment that you connect to your heart, what you can do is have your eyes closed and very sincerely from your heart, from that moment, from that point, say, from my heart, I call upon a spirit helper of love and light to connect with me. You might want to write that down. And you may want to say it 3 times. Every time you do, it's almost like in quantum physics, your deep attention and intention lines up. And that asking and that intention for a being to come, it's like shoots out like a laser light. And they will follow, these spirit helpers, your spirit helper will follow that laser light of your intention and come closer towards you. So saying it 3 times really helps. Some good tips here for you. And once you've done that, once you've asked 3 times or used that terminology 3 times, just go very quiet. Kind of like you're waiting for a mouse to come out of a mouse hole. Nice and quiet. Poised, focused, looking, feeling. Feeling for a softness, feeling for sometimes like you can feel a cocoon of energy come around you. Quietening yourself down. It's really like that. Your spirit helper is a form of energy. It's a sphere and a field of energy. And as they come towards you, their field of energy connects with your field of energy and changes your field of energy, calms it down. That's what's happening in the energy worlds in that moment. And so your spirit helper is actioning something in that moment. They're calming you down because they can see that you're sort of wired up, stressed. And in that moment, you can speak to the spirit being, knowing that you've felt their energy, they've generated a shift in you. You can feel the energy changing in you, and you know that they've arrived, they're connecting with you. So that next moment, you can talk about what the issue is, nice and clearly, as though you're instructing a technician. That's another very big clue right there. And then what I recommend, sincerely, is to lie down on a couch or sit quietly with your eyes closed in a chair, or if you're at home, lie down on a bed for at least 10 minutes, if not more, and let that cocoon of energy around you do its job, do its work. What I mean by that is that there will be a team of spirit helpers surrounding you, looking after you, helping you, and lifting your frequency, lifting your resonance, changing the base from where you're thinking and from where you're feeling, changing the base energy. And after that 10 minutes, you will feel the cocoon leave, and you can jump up off the chair, off the bed, and get on with your day. And that deep panic, highly likely, it's happened to me most days over 3 decades, in terms of how I feel the change and the shift when I do this, it just isn't there. It's like they've pulled a file out of your computer. So this is a strategy to support you when times are very intense and tough for you. Because if you sit a little bit further back in the driver's seat of your life, you're not so panic-driven. Your decisions and choices are calmer and clearer. And you can operate from a more clearer position. If you need to pick the phone up and make a phone call, ask for help, communicate with someone about something, ask for more support from someone, or diffuse a situation or untangle a situation, or ask for, a reprieve on whatever, on bills, or just communicate. It's a lot easier when you are thinking more clearly, rather than all tight and panicking. So if you use this strategy throughout your life, you'll notice that life becomes easier because you've changed, you're operating from a different place inside yourself, and you've got a tool and help, real world, practical support from the worlds of spirit that can instantly bring you back to balance and a calm center, which really is everything when you're operating in life, when you're operating with relationships, when you're operating with decision making around finances, when you're operating around choices in your career, or getting out of a sticky situation, or even handling shock, emotional shock. Same thing. It's all about your inner state. And that's why I wanted to make this video for you today, so that you have a practical tool that's on board with you, portable, wherever you go and in whatever situation you're in. Really simple. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I recommend you re-watch this video and move through the steps in your own time and experiment to see if it works for you and with you, because your spirit helpers show up when you ask, with a couple of those little attributes where you're not too highly, intensely stressed. Calm that down a little bit so that they can even hear what you're saying and what you're wanting. Okay, so going back to the beginning of this video, following the steps, and bring that into your life as something that just repeatedly gets used, gets called on, gets worked with. Your energy systems will stay calmer. Your energy systems will get stronger and more buoyant. And as I said before, it's a way to navigate through turbulent waters when you need help. And that help is real. It actually changes you. Thank you so much. My name's Alicia Power, and you can get more tips like this, work like this, at soulmentoring.com. Namaste.